Welcome to Test HQ. In this video, we'll guide you through the Korn Ferry assessment, specifically focusing on the cognitive version, the talent Q elements. If you're preparing for this assessment, you've come to the right place. Let's dive in. Korn Ferry offers a variety of assessments, including personality tests and cognitive tests. Today, we're focusing on the cognitive tests, which assess your reasoning abilities in areas like numerical, verbal, and logical reasoning. These tests are important in determining your proficiency in solving complex problems and thinking critically. Talent Q elements and aspects are popular cognitive assessment used by companies to evaluate candidates for roles at various levels, including supervisory, graduate, and professional positions. The test has three main categories: numerical reasoning, verbal reasoning, and logical reasoning. However, Talent Q has a checking test included. Typically, companies use Talent Q elements for different positions at different levels, such as supervisory, graduate, and professional. Talent Q aspects tests are used for choosing employees that are involved in customer service, sales, and support. The goal of Talent Q aspects is to measure skills necessary for such frontline positions, respectively. Let's start with numerical reasoning. In this section, you'll encounter questions that test your ability to understand, analyze, and draw conclusions from numerical data. These often come in the form of graphs, tables, and datasets. Let's look at an example. Here's a question based on a table of product price data. What is the difference between the average prices of Samsung and Motorola? Option A, 155. Option B, 166. Option C, 1,200. Option D, minus 155. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Calculate the average price of Samsung. 400 plus 450 plus 550 plus 500 divided 4 is equal to 475. Calculate the average price of Motorola. 340 plus 280 plus 350 plus 310 divided 4 is equal to 320. Calculate the difference. 475 to 320 equals 155. The correct answer is 155. Next, we move on to verbal reasoning. In this type of assessment, you are presented with passages of text followed by questions that test your comprehension skills, logical reasoning, and ability to draw conclusions based on the information provided. These tests demonstrate your ability to interpret and make decisions from complex information, which is crucial for many jobs. Passage. As a result of long periods of military hostilities, the borders between countries have been contaminated by landmines and other explosive ordnance, EO. During the last 10 years, a total of 744 people have been killed or wounded by EO. The presence of those EOs represents a direct threat for communities living in or nearby those contaminated areas and creates obstacles to accessing livelihood resources. The Center for Humanitarian Demoning and Expertise has been legally appointed as the coordinating and tasking official institution in charge of mine action activities in the country. The center is overseen by an advisory board composed of the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Territorial Administration and Infrastructure, Ministry of Emergency Situations, Ministry of Justice, and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The center is a structure of approximately 50 staff, but its current operational capability remains modest in terms of human resources able to operate according to international standards, and it lacks specialized equipment, transportation, detection, and protection. The CHD Advisory Board serves as a coordination structure in the EO sector. However, it meets on an ad hoc basis, and it lacks the mandate to operate as a national mine action authority. For effective implementation of a country's EO program, the sector needs a more operational and inclusive coordination platform. Question: what is not mentioned in the text as a challenge of the mine action sector of the country? A. Socioeconomic conditions of border communities. B. Technical capacities of the center. C. Lack of collaboration between the stakeholders of the sector. D. Lack of human resources of the center. E. Presence of victims. F. Lack of the center's will to coordinate mine action sector of the country. Correct answer, F. Explanation. The passage mentions that the advisory board of the center lacks the mandate, not the will, to coordinate the sector. So, the correct answer is F. Next, we move on to logical reasoning. Logical reasoning focuses on identifying patterns and solving problems based on logical principles. Sample question. Select the answer that completes the logical sequence matrix. Option A, Option B, Option C, Option D, Option E, Option F, Option G. Correct answer, C. Explanation. If you look at the columns, you will see that the first two columns include two pairs of parallel lines and one pair of intersecting lines. In the third column, intersecting lines are absent, so the correct answer is C. Tip number 1. Understand the question types. Familiarize yourself with the different question types you'll encounter on the Korn Ferry assessment. Knowing what to expect will help you approach each question with the right mindset. Tip number 2. Practice time tests. Time management is key. The Korn Ferry test is timed, so practicing under time constraints will help you improve both your speed and accuracy. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become with the pace of a test. Tip number 3. Stay calm and focused. It's natural to encounter difficult questions, but it's important not to get stuck. If you find a question too challenging, move on and come back to it later if you have time. This way, you won't waste valuable time on one question. Tip number 4. Use elimination techniques. If you're unsure of an answer in a multiple-choice question, use the process of elimination. Narrow down your options and increase your chances of selecting the correct answer. Tip number 5. Review your answers. If you have time at the end of the test, go back and review your answers. Double-check your calculations and ensure that you've selected the most logical answer. Ready to start practicing? Head over to testhq.com to access practice tests and expert resources to help you prepare for the Korn Ferry Talent Q Elements assessment. With thousands of practice questions and detailed explanations, you'll be fully equipped to tackle the test with confidence. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more test tips and strategies. Start preparing today, and let's make your Korn Ferry assessment a success.